everyone's back in town for Oregon. School just about, class starting tomorrow in 2024. We're underway here, Purdue and Oregon here on the Big Ten Plus. So we mentioned how these two teams, they have their moments and they take their chances, but periodically they're not high scoring. But really, what do you look for as the game gets started here? What do you look for Oregon or Purdue to get the advantage over one another?
I mean, really just kind of flood the middle of the zone. If you're able to get most of your players into that middle of the zone, it sets up the attacking third really, really well. And we're seeing it right now from Oregon. They're just trying to move the ball around a little bit and just get that good look inside towards the net.
Emily Edwards comes out and takes over possession for Purdue. Purdue, 4 of their last 5 games have been scoreless. In fact, they have not scored a goal since September 12th against Northwestern when they won 2-0. So some 17 days since they struck gold.
Definitely feels like a long time, but you look at the schedule they had. They went against the top-ranked USC and then UCLA, who's receiving votes for the top 25. Washington, you probably would have expected them to score a goal in that one, but again, they just couldn't get the offense rolling.
Chloe Chase sends it in. Nothing there, right into the hands of Emily Edwards.
That's something you'll see from Oregon. Again, pretty conservative offense overall. They don't really take those kinds of shots where, I mean, it's really just a long chance of it finding the back of the net. So kind of an uncharacteristic look right there for the Ducks.
Edwards sends it middle third. Headed away, Hennessy. And Oregon retreats. Lexi Lurwick sends it down. Looking for Grace Mensah. Not to be. Taken away by Purdue. Coming back the other way and up the field. Grace Dunaway, you mentioned in the opening, one of the key star players for the Boilermakers. Finds Cinderella. Back to Dunaway. Into the box. Mensah trying to take it away and sends it out.
And you saw that defensive approach right there for Oregon. They had 2 players on Dunaway. They know the threat that she brings to this Purdue offense. Again, really have to keep a lock on her.
Sent in from the boundary. Oregon trying to take it away and send it out. And doing so, Dunaway trying to challenge by bringing it up for Oregon. Livy Moore. Now Lauren Kenny trying to cross it. Back to Moore into the box. Moore centering pass and couldn't get through. It looked like Taylor Bryan fell down on the receiving end. Kenny on the far side sends a shot over the back of the net and out.
That was a really good look from Oregon, all the way from taking it away from Purdue on the other side and then just ran away with it. A good look inside. Taylor Bryan got tripped up as she was going for it. She might have had a good look if she was able to stay up.
Taylor Bryan and Cameron Bourne tied for the leading goal scorers on the Oregon squad with 3 apiece. This one sent back Maka Nezu for Oregon. Mentioned her name earlier. 2 goals on the season, both coming on penalty kicks. She had the lone goal for the Ducks this past Thursday against Indiana. A game where the Ducks, Sowell had very little offensive attack.
Yeah, I mean, with Nezu, she's you wouldn't think that for a team that has so many offensive superstars that she would be the one taking the penalty kicks, but she's really good at them. She's got 2 on the year so far, and a really solid player on defense. But that game against Indiana, Oregon looked good for maybe the first 20 minutes of each half, but outside of that, it just didn't look like the Oregon that we saw in the beginning of the year.
Dunaway near side corner sends it centered, but intercepted away by Maddie Goldberg. So a bit of a back and forth start up and down the field for both teams in the opening 4 minutes. Can't emphasize enough how crucial this game is with multiple top 25 matchups on the horizon for both teams. How big of a game this is. Such an evenly matched contest, and a win today could really keep aspirations and hopes alive for that Big Ten tournament berth coming up in a few weeks. Purdue with possession here near side. Zoe Allen tried to get it back to Emily Deepy. Couldn't do it. Grace Mensah, turnover and up for Oregon. finding Haley McQuarter. McQuarter centering in. Wanted Bryan. Bryan gets it back out to Kenny. Moore with a shot and over the top of the net and out.
Another really good sequence right there for Oregon, just able to get out and steal it away from Purdue on the attack, and another opportunity for Bryan. Looked like that one was just a little bit too much for her. She was trying to get her head inside, get contact, but sailed over her.
A few shots to start for Oregon, but both have sailed high and out. They have controlled possession, majority of possession so far through the first 5.5. Whistle blows the play dead. Purdue was trying to move up, but they'll retreat back to their own middle third. I mentioned Oregon, the University of Oregon. If you take a look at the replay, Livermore shot. The turnover and the whistle blows. Purdue right here tries to continue on play, but the referee stopped it dead. Mention for the University of Oregon, they begin their fall classes tomorrow, first day of school. In relation, Purdue, they've already been in school for over a month. And all the fans and the new freshmen in the house here today supporting Oregon women's soccer, who again just a year ago was winless. Now 5 wins already on the year to date.
It's really been fun to see the change from last year. I mean, Oregon, they had so many games where they were close to pulling it out, but they just got super unlucky in those contests. And then this year, just a hot start overall. In conference play, hasn't really been what Graham Abel wants to see out of his squad, but still, they're hanging in there. They have a win, able to pick up a win against Maryland, first East Coast trip. And outside of that, they still have looked good in conference. They almost beat UCLA. That was a very close game where they led at one point, but then the Bruins were able to come back. So this is an Oregon team that, again, the record, it doesn't reflect the team that they have been so far.
Purdue trying to bring it up. Cinderella. Back to Udenberg. And through the middle third come the Boilermakers. Zoe Allen. Challenged well by Lauren Kenny. Trying to send it out. Oregon bench doesn't like what they see. Purdue keeps possession. For Purdue on the year as well, Gracie Dunaway, Kiara Cinderella, and Abigail Roy, all with 3 goals apiece to their names, tied for the most on the squad. Up the far side comes Purdue. Into the box. Lauren Adams trying to get it to Dunaway. Back to Kayla Budish, and now Zoe Allen. Midfield, Udenberg. Finds Depa. Inside and challenged away well. Haley McQuarter sending one out. It'll be the first corner kick of the game, and it goes to Purdue.
Defense has looked good so far for Oregon. We saw it on the other side, when they were threatening. They had about 6 or 7 defenders inside the box. It's not really a look we see with a lot of these teams. Usually they have about maybe 4 or 5, and then they have an extra 2 that come in. But Oregon knows the Purdue and what they can do on offense, so they're wasting no time challenging them.
Near side corner from Dunaway. Sends it in and headed away and out by Chloe Chase for Oregon. And we'll get another one from the far side this time. And it looks to be Kiara Cinderella. We'll send it in. 9 minutes gone here, opening half between Oregon and Purdue. Both teams fill the box. Sent in and headed near goal and in. Finds a corner of the net, and Purdue off the corner kick strikes the first goal of the game. And so I don't believe that made contact with anyone inside the box. It was a corner kick sent in by Kiara Cinderella, and it finds the far corner past Maddie Goldberg. Purdue leads 1-0 on the goal.
I think you're right, Jonah. It didn't touch anyone on there. It looked like it might have caught the foot off of Zoe
Allen, maybe, but I don't think so. It made contact with anyone inside.
Well, with the celebration that Purdue had, it looked like they were going over to congratulate Cinderella. So I think you're right, Jonah. No, that was a Cinderella goal. What a goal there from Cinderella. Had no help. That's not something you commonly see in soccer. With all defenders and players that are in the box, usually one of them is able to get through it, but somehow she just finds a gap and puts it in her own. Spectacular goal.
Absolutely. For Cinderella, now she's the leading goal scorer for Purdue, her 4th on the season. And a spectacular bending corner. And in a matchup, Saul, that we felt like whoever can score first can really dictate the rest of the game and what are two low-scoring teams. And now Purdue back on the attack again, sent in. Zoe Allen, a far shot. Goldberg able to make the easy save. 10 minutes gone by.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
On the road, 1-4 away from home. As for Purdue, an even 2-2 away from home. I mentioned far travel all the way here to Oregon. Of course, Oregon, again, new to the Big Ten Conference this season. So a lot of travel across the country with a few new teams coming from the West Coast. Oregon trying to get into the box. Headed around. Purdue trying to keep it away, and they get out of it. Near side, Chloe Chase. Trying to get to Lerwick and a whistle, and it'll go to Oregon. It goes against Abigail Roy. Mentioned her name. Just coming on, getting physical with Chloe Chase.
Yeah, these are two very physical teams. Purdue, a little bit more than Oregon, came into this game with 132 fouls on the year. They like to play aggressive and sometimes a little too aggressive.
A near side kick in from Sydney Hennessy for Oregon. Just behind the Big Ten logo. They have Nazu and Lauren Kenny at the front edge of the box. Whistle in for Hennessy. Sends it in and well guarded by Purdue. Challenged and sent away. Well defended by the Boilermakers inside on the kick. Trying to keep it in Oregon. Kenny sends it down, but no one there to answer. Edwards comes out to retrieve.
Yeah, Purdue, they were ready for that one on that play. Looked like Oregon was trying to get inside to Nazu or Bryan, one of their star scorers, but just not able to get it in.
Edwards, the goalkeeper, sends it up. Dunaway trying to come away with it, couldn't quite handle. Inbound from Hennessy for Oregon.
Ducks got to go quick here, trying to catch Purdue off guard. Looks like we're going to get a couple subs here.
Taylor Person and Carly Cormack coming on for Oregon. First time today as Lauren Kenny and Grace Mensah will sub off. Same lineup stays on the field for Purdue. Lucy Green, near side inbound. Let's go high for Person, couldn't quite get it away. Dunaway with a good challenge. Trying to get it far side away and off the foot of Boudreau and out.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bound from the near side for Purdue on the attacking third by Depa.
Got to keep an eye on Dunaway and Cinderella here. Stacked up on top left of your screen.
Trying to get it to Cinderella, but challenged well by Person for Oregon. Trying to get it to Cormac. Cormac off her right foot and out. And Purdue will stay in the attacking third.
Dunaway kind of hobbling a little bit there. She was going towards the sideline.
Cormac, and now back to Lerwick. Lerwick quickly gets it away and finds Livy Moore. Moore tried to get it to Hennessy. Hennessy tried to spin away. Oregon sideline wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Play continues, Purdue with possession. A sunny yet crispy, windy day here in Eugene. Temperatures just below 70 degrees. Mentioned a few times, beginning of the season, games here in Eugene, Oregon, and the mandatory rule in NCAA Division I women's soccer, any game over 80, 85 degrees, there's a mandatory hydration timeout at the 20 and 70-minute markers, but not near that temperature gauge today, so play will continue through all 45 of each half. Purdue trying to get it away far side. Budish. Cameron Bourne challenged hard on Sydney Bedreau. No whistle, play continues. Edwards. Over near side. Mackenzie Jones. Here's Mako Nezu. Sent down. And wild kick sent out. And again, Purdue will maintain possession. So no real clean looks for either team in the past about 10 minutes or so, this opening half. After it got off to a pretty quick start, Oregon had a few looks. Cameron Bourne had the best look for Oregon, but Edwards with the diving save. As for Purdue, haven't really gotten into the attacking box too many times today, but that one corner kick by Cinderella has been the one bright spot for Purdue. And they hold that 1-0 lead currently.
Both defenses have been a lot more aware of the playmakers for either side, especially for Oregon. They know that Cinderella and Dunaway, that they're the two main threats for the Boilermaker team, so doubling them up whenever they are in the attacking third, and then just reading the passes as well. Lexi Lerwick has done a very good job of just guessing where the ball's going to go, and she's been right most of the time.
Lauren Olmhalt into the game for the first time for Purdue. Was a goal scorer against Northwestern. And up the field here, Lexi Fraley into the box. She's also in the game for the first time, trying to send a shot. And deflected away, it looked to be by Lucy Green from Oregon. Perhaps not. It'll stay Oregon possession, be kicked away by Maddie Goldberg. It looked as though I thought it went off the foot of Lucy Green, but shot attempt no good from Fraley.
It's one of the shots right there that Oregon really just can't allow to be taken. There were 3 defenders in the box, pretty much a 3-on-1 in that scenario, and still she was able to get the shot off.
Ariana Hazeman-Bowler into the game for the first time for Oregon. As Chloe Chase dribbles upfield, now far side pass, Hennessy. Hennessy sends it up and not on the same page with Taylor Person on the far side. Sent out. So Oregon using a whole slew of substitutions here in the opening half. Purdue has not been as active as the Ducks have been with the substitutions. Oregon trying to keep the fresh legs In that substitution, though, with Fraley and Umholt, Gracie Dunaway has taken a seat for Purdue for the time being.
Yeah, we'll see when Mensa gets back out on the field. Even though she doesn't have the same numbers as Brian or some of these other midfielders for Oregon, she's still really effective on offense. A lot of speed, really aggressive. She's able to cause a lot of chaos on the attacking third.
And speaking of Taylor Bryan for Oregon, who started today's game, she has subbed out as well, so she remains off the field for the moment. Near side Depa for Purdue. Their own third. Cameron Bourne off the field as well for Oregon, so their leading goal scorers on the year remain off the field for the moment. Here's Sydney Hennessy getting it back to Maddie Goldberg. 34 minutes gone here in the opening 45 with Purdue holding the 1-0 lead. Kiara Cingarella's lone goal at the 9:17 mark of the opening half on the corner kick that was sent in by her untouched and found the far side corner of the net past Maddie Goldberg.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Shots have been from either far out or well challenged, and it's been hard for both teams to really sit in the attacking third of the field with possession. We've seen a lot of whistles, as we did there again against Purdue, but for Oregon as well. A lot of the time in this opening 45 being played in the middle third.
Kind of the game plan too for both coaches. Graham Mabel in his 5th year, but also too for Richard Moody. I mean, even though this is his first year, he's not unknown success.
Carly Cormack sends one wide and past Emily Edwards. Wide left.
Going back to Richard Moody, 7 conference titles. That's when he was the head coach at South Alabama before coming over to Purdue. So he knows what success looks like. He's run a really good offense over there at South Alabama, and he's trying to do the same here against Purdue, which so far they looked good.
Carly Cormack mentioned her name, the freshman for Oregon. Sorry, already a goal scorer in her first collegiate season, back earlier toward the beginning of the year for the Ducks. Oregon trying to possess it, but Purdue challenging really well. Now up comes the Ducks trying to get it far side towards Lucy Green, but turned away again. Lurick trying to keep it in. Here's Morales dribbling. And back out to Lurick midfield. Lurick trying to get a far side pass, turned over and away. Umholt speeding up the field. Contact falls to the ground, turned away by Hennessy. Here's Hennessy now far side. Pass back in, trying to go to Morales, and it was deflected off the field judge, and whistle will be blown dead, and Oregon will keep possession right there.
Going back to that pass, though, with Umholt, she just intercepted. It looked like kind of a soft pass, and again, Oregon, they can't afford to just make those soft passes, especially with how fast this Purdue defense has been so far and how aggressive they are. They have to know that even though they're on the defensive third, maybe even the middle, and they have so many other players on that side, they still have to be cautious of whenever they get rid of the ball.
Lexi Lurick sends it in to Cormack. Cormack nearly falls to the ground, stays on her feet, but Purdue comes away with possession. Allen up far side to Cingarella. Trying to be challenged by Nezu. Nezu now finds Fraley. Back to the corner. Cingarella trying to get it back to the top of the box. Turned away here. Oregon keeps it out, and a pass sent out. Trying to get it to McWhorter. And it goes out of bounds near side boundary. Purdue will inbound pass.
It's a good look from Cinderella, and kind of a veteran move, too. You would expect that she just takes all the way and tries to get past the defense, but she slowed things down, was waiting for a few of her teammates to get on that side. It didn't pay off for Purdue.
Closing in on the final 5 minutes of the opening half. On a Sunday afternoon in Eugene, Oregon, the third matchup in history between the Purdue Boilermakers and the Oregon Ducks. First time since 2008. Purdue has taken both matchups in the history, and so far they're off to a 1-0 lead. Homehold trying to bring it up, but turned away. And they'll maintain possession far side boundary. And the attacking third.
Ducks need to do everything they can right now to prevent Purdue from scoring. Obviously, you want to try to tie it up, but you cannot go in the locker room down by 2 scores. Just creates a bigger challenge to try to come back in the second half.
Cormack ends up on the ground for Oregon. Whistle goes against Purdue. It'll be a Duck possession. Oregon has 5 fouls against Purdue's 2. You mentioned aggression has been the name for Oregon defensively. There's a header sent away by Purdue. Looked like Lucy Green was trying to get across, and a player down for Oregon in the box. Trying to see the number. I believe that might have been Taylor Person. There's contact with like the right elbow of a Purdue Boilermaker inside the box. She walks away. She's okay. She remains in the game. It'll be a corner kick for Oregon. And Sydney Hennessy. Third corner for Oregon here in this opening half. The wind continues to pick up here. Hennessy, corner, low. Trying to find McWhorter. McWhorter, a shot deflected away. High to midfield. Lucy Green now headed up. Lexi Fraley. Fraley in the foot race with Green. Fraley trying to get inside the box. And a shot right into Maddie Goldberg's hands. And a save. Boy, Lexi Fraley showing off the wheels and nearly got by the Oregon defense.
I mean, she just took on 4 Oregon defenders and still was able to get a shot on goal. It was a really good play. She just caught the free kick, popped it up in the air, and then it was a breakaway for her. Again, very, very fast Purdue team that Oregon, they need to do whatever they can to try to slow them down.
Sent out far side. It'll be Purdue possession. We're at the 42nd minute of the opening half. Seven shots total for Purdue to Oregon's 5. Only 2 of those shots have been on goal for the Boilermakers. Oregon trying to keep it in here in the attacking third. It's Morales. Morales going to send a shot, and it's wide left of Edwards and out. Deep shot there from Trinity Morales. The junior for Oregon.
Number 15, Jade Sprague, checking into the match.
Jade Sprague for Oregon will check in for Carly Cormack. Fifth-year senior. One of the 4 fifth-year seniors on the Oregon roster. Lerwick draws a whistle, and it goes against Purdue.
See what Oregon can do here in the final 2 minutes with free kick. Maybe they can get one last look before they go into the locker room.
Whistle goes against Kiara Cinderella. She's having a debate about it with the field judge. Still talking. Not agreeing with the call clearly. Lerwick gets a free send-in kick. In the left side box, headed around. And turned away, now kept in, and now back out. Zoe Allen brings it up for Purdue. big gusts of wind continue. Upfield, midfield now. Purdue trying to get possession. Olmholt, far side, showing off her speed again. Slows it down. Being challenged by Mako Nezu. Olmholt. Turned away, Jade Sprague. And it'll be a corner kick again for Purdue.
See who decides to take it for the Boilermakers. Cinderella is walking over in there, so you know this Oregon defense, got to keep an eye on her. Maybe put a few extra defenders in the box after what she did.
And from the same position, she scored the goal at the 9:37 mark. She'll send a third corner kick of the game for Purdue. It's a 9:17 mark, excuse me, where she struck the back of the net. Corner kick sent in and headed away by Oregon. Taylor Person trying to get it up, but turned away. Now Zoe Allen keeps it in, the attacking third for Purdue. Centering kick headed away by Lexi Lurwick.
10, 9,
Final 10 seconds here, the opening 45.
6, 5, 4,
And it looks as though Purdue will
1, 0.
walk it out to halftime. And they'll walk into halftime with a 1-0 lead thanks to Chiara Cingarella's
Just off first look, no Taylor Bryan on the field for Oregon. We'll see if she comes in at some point in the second half, but now the Ducks need to figure out who they're going to go to with her not being on the field.
And away we go. Both teams change directions. Oregon attacking from our right to left, Purdue from our left to right. Up midfield, Lurwick comes up for Oregon. There's Cameron Bourne. Bourne did not get the start today, but has seen a good majority of playing time in the opening half. Here's Livy Moore. Far side. Lucy Green for the Ducks. Challenged well by Lexi Fraley. And sent out on the back boundary, and it'll be a corner kick for Oregon.
That's what Ducks need to do in this second half. They need to work outside the perimeter. Purdue's internal defense is just so good. They just flood that middle with a lot of defenders. So really, if you can get those one-on-one matchups outside, it creates a better opportunity to get something inside and give yourselves an opportunity to score.
3 corner kicks in the opening half for Oregon. Fourth of the game coming here, and it'll be sent in from the far side corner by Sydney Hennessy. Hennessy sends it in high and deep, and no one there. Mensah fell to the ground for Oregon to retrieve in the corner Livy Moore, and she sends it out. And Purdue will take back possession. Grace Mensah started the game for Oregon, then subbed out for quite some time to end the second half, but she begins on the field here in the second half. Emily Edwards sends it and feel right into the chest of Chloe Chase. Far side for Lucy Green. Up trying to get it along to Grace Mensah. Mensah. Sept makes a move, trying to get into the box. Mensah, centering kick, trying to get it to Bourne, and it's turned away by Purdue. Now Lurwick keeps it in.
Like the idea right there, though, from Mensah, trying to find inside, because even though there's a lot of defenders, if somehow Oregon can just get a foot on there.
Trying to center and kick, and it, to no avail from, looks to be Lurwick. Purdue possesses. He's sent in by Sydney Boudreau. Boudreau up, Olmholt. Now Abigail Roy. Roy to midfield. Challenged well by Mensah, but Purdue keeps. And here's Lexi Fraley. She showed off her speed in the first half, and she's doing it again here against Mensa. That time sent away. It'll stay Purdue possession.
She's going to be that third player that the defense for Oregon's going to have to watch out. Obviously, Dunaway and Cinderella are the two biggest threats, but like you just mentioned, Fraley, she really showed off her speed in that first half. Created a lot of good looks for herself.
Far side now. Purdue trying to send it in over the head of everybody, off the foot of Nezu, trying to get it sent back out. Now to midfield. Here's wind gusts again, hitting upwards of 25 miles per hour now. So we've been in Eugene for quite some time now, and it's been a long time since we've seen winds like this today. As Purdue trying to get in. Zoe Allen, far side corner. She just seems to stumble there, and she's challenged, and ball sent out. And it'll be possession arrow towards Purdue. They keep. Gets it into Lexi Fraley. Fraley with a shot deflected away. It finds the foot of Cinderella, and then she gets a shot off, but Lurwick deflects that one away. Retrieved by Zoe Allen, and then set out of bounds. And it looks to be... we're going to get a corner kick maybe here for Purdue.
Wind's still picking up, and it's one of those things in soccer where it doesn't matter too much because it doesn't affect the ball direction, the players too much. But again, with Purdue coming to Oregon, this being one of the first of many matches that they could play here in Eugene, maybe a condition that they have to get used to a little bit.
There will be a corner kick. Zoe Allen for Purdue on the far side corner. Purdue as well had 3 corners in the opening half. Sent in a low kick, deflected away by Oregon, and sent away. Mensa trying to chase up. Along the far side boundary, Mensa keeps it in. Turned away Zoe Allen, and then dragged down. Mensa clearly gets a whistle call for the foul.
Yeah, it looked like Mensa wanted to do everything she can to keep the ball there. Oregon, they had a good look on that one, but as soon as she lost it, just
grabbed
a little
the
too
waist.
aggressive on there.
Yeah.
She got to be careful there. That could have been a yellow card.
Really tackled Zoe Allen. Here's Boudreau. Nice turn away, Livy Moore. The miscommunication there off the foot of Cameron Bourne, and Purdue takes back over. Here's Holmholt. Sent back as Boudreau has to retreat. Mentioned Amelia Depa getting credited with the goal back in the opening half. Not on the field to start the second half. She's a freshman again from Germany. And making an impact here today so far for Purdue. Michael Nezu turning it over, and a chance for Oregon here. Up to Haley McWhorter. McWhorter trying to dribble across, and she's met by a couple Boilermaker defenders. Now a shot, deep shot, sent wide right of Emily Edwards.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Well, we do see her standing on the sideline for Oregon in uniform, but remains off. Whistle there going against Purdue. Oregon maintains possession.
Yeah, we saw Graham Abel. He was standing right in front of where the foul happened and was pleading to the refs to get a call for his team.
And a yellow card handed out. We're waiting to see on who exactly. And I believe they just handed it over to Kiara Cinderella. We've seen her a couple times today get into arguments with the field judge, and again, she's engaging in another one, and now she receives a yellow card.
Yeah, she's been arguing with the refs a good amount. Kind of when the call doesn't go Purdue's way, she's usually the first one trying to plead the case, and it's finally cut off to her. But she's got to be careful now. One more yellow, she's out of this game, and Purdue loses one of their best star forwards.
She has not been afraid to voice her opinion, but now she's going to pay the price for it. Clock stops at 59:32. Kick sent in by Lexi Lurwick. Trying to get to McWhorter. McWhorter with a header, and it's turned away and kept by Edwards.
McWhorter's really taken over for this Duck offense since no Taylor Bryan in the second half. She's gotten a lot of good looks. That one right there being another.
Sent out far side right in front of the Oregon bench. And possession goes to Purdue. Entering the 60th minute. Purdue continues to hold on to their 1-0 lead. Oregon's gotten a few shots, but not really clean looks. But they're holding Purdue at bay, keeping it a one-score game.
Yeah, the defense has done a much better job kind of containing Purdue to the middle third, not giving them a lot of good looks, but still, Boilermakers have been able to figure out this Duck defense. They gotten a few shots off in the second half.
Chloe Udenberg trying to get it up and turned away here by Oregon. Trinity Morales bringing it up. Trying to get to the far side. Centering pass to no avail. Nobody there for Oregon whatsoever.
It's another look right there that the Ducks maybe could have slowed things down. Again, they've been aggressive up to this point, but it hasn't worked out with how well this Purdue defense has read the Ducks' attacks. We're only 2 forwards in that box that maybe could have had a chance to get that cross kick. So, again, you want to be as effective as possible against a really tough Purdue defense. Get those good looks. Slow down the offense as much as you can.
And while at the same time, Purdue has done a really good job filling the box on defense, not letting any of those centering kicks get through into the box, and a clear shot for Oregon. Here's Lexi Fraley again, trying to get it up to Zoe Allen, trying to go back and forth here between the two. Now Allen retreats back. And if you're Purdue, Saul, you would imagine if you can control time and possession like you did in the first half, that's really going to be the key to controlling this 1-0 lead.
I mean, they're still trying to get some shots off, get another goal on the board, and really put this one away.
Here's Cinderella. As you mentioned, has to be careful. Already a yellow card to her name. Bring it in, Udenberg. Back to Cuneo. Sent in, trying to get to Fraley. Fraley hits the deck, and whistle called against Lexi Lurwick. Purdue trying to move fast. We've seen them do this all day, but a little too fast as Fraley was still slow to get up. But now play in.
Good job by Lurwick to be aware, but another foul that just gives Purdue the advantage.
Boudreau centering kick and turned away by Nezu. Nezu trying to get it up to Livy Moore, who was challenged by Boudreau. Sorry, that's Abigail Roy. Turned away. It'll be Oregon possession.
Once again, Purdue showing off the speed that they have. Roy was just able to be more to the ball, and even though it went out of bounds and it went to Oregon, she still won the foot race.
Substitution here for Oregon. Carly Cormack comes on as Haley McWhorter, will sub out. Hennessy into Lauren Kenny. And sent right back out, and it goes off of Kenny, and now Purdue will overtake possession in the attacking third. Mistake there by Oregon. Trying to get it to hole, but now Oregon trying to turn it back over, but now Boudreau comes away with it for Purdue. Inside, Cinderella. Right side of the box. Challenged well by Livy Moore. Hole trying to send it high and in to Fraley. Fraley's trying to come away with it. Shot and wide and past the back of the net.
I don't know how Fraley was still able to get a foot on that one. She had 2 Oregon defenders pretty much on top of her.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Cuneo sends it up into the chest of Nezu. Nezu retreats now to Lurik. Lurik trying to communicate, calling up Taylor Person. Person ends up on the ground, and a whistle called, a late whistle at that, against Sydney Boudreau, and possession goes to Oregon.
So this is back when Hazen Bowler was trying to get the goal, and just look at Edwards. The aggressiveness that she had coming outside of the box and able to get her left foot down. Again, if that ball was maybe a second earlier, Hazen Bowler probably would have had an easy goal. But
if she's able to get some height on the shot as well as a slide tackle save by Edwards, if she's able to just get a slight height on the ball shot on the shot, it goes over the legs of a sliding Edwards and into the back of the net likely. But you get, nonetheless, a great effort and a save by Edwards. Kick sent in by Hennessy. And turned away yet again by Purdue, but it will maintain Oregon possession. And we'll get substitutions here for the Ducks.
Coming on for the Ducks, number 12, Haley McWhorter, and number 6.
Be Haley McWhorter and Chloe Chase coming back on for Oregon as Livy Moore.
Now, this is a good duo coming out for Oregon. Probably the more effective duo that we've seen. That was going to be Grace Mensah and Taylor Bryan that were going to cause chaos for this Purdue defense, but so far it's been McWhorter and Chase.
McWhorter had the best look for Oregon. The shot on goal just over the crossbar early here in the second half. Cormack surrounded in the corner and gives it up to Purdue. And now a trap by Oregon on Zoe Allen. Oregon trying to keep possession in the attacking third, but Purdue coming away with it. Now Lurik comes up, turns it over. Here's Trinity Morales. Back to Hennessy. Entering the final 15 minutes. Oregon trying to mount a charge, but Purdue defending well. McWhorter near side corner. Just back into the game, finds Morales. Morales trying to send it into the box, trying to find Cormack. But well defended yet again, Lauren Adam. Lucy Green, far side, Hazeman Bowler. Challenge there, nearly got away, but then kick sent out. And possession error, Oregon in the far side. Kick sent in. Lurik heading it away twice, a third time. Cormack tries to come up. Lucy Green trying to keep it in for Oregon. Gets it in the far corner. Hazeman Bowler. Centering kick, just no one there for Oregon. Again, Purdue loading the box on the defense. This one's sent in well and by everybody, and Edwards comes up and gathers.
A couple good looks right there for the Ducks. They were pretty much loading everyone on the attacking third, keeping Purdue on that side and trying to force something in. Another good look from McWhorter, but just too far for her to do anything.
I mentioned Livy Moore just subbing out as the whistle goes against Oregon. Dunaway ends up on the ground. We mentioned Livy Moore subbing out. She had played all 75 minutes to that point in this game. You have to think that's in part to the absence of Taylor Bryan. Needing more from Livy Moore. Up comes Purdue. Cinderella. The far corner, Dunaway. That forward duo. And a whistle, and I believe they got offsides. Yes, they indeed did on Purdue. We saw an offsides against Oregon and Grace Mensah earlier, and now one goes against the Boilermakers. Goldberg sending a kick from the edge of her own box. Send it midfield and headed away, and it'll go out. And we'll get more substitutions, some for Purdue now as well. Lauren Olmholt back on. And Lauren Meeks, for the first time today, the senior midfielder for the Boilermakers. Kayla Budish and Zoe Allen sub off. Cinderella in the foot race with Lexi Lurick in the far corner. Lurick trying to challenge well, but Cinderella comes away with it. Trying to dump it off. Dunaway. Now to Roy. Roy with a shot and a diving save. Maddie Goldberg. Huge save there, keeping it a one-score game.
Great save right there by Goldberg, just to stay calm, stay present, and time it up perfectly. It's a big save for Oregon.
Abigail Roy would have been her 4th goal of the year, but not to be quite yet. Goldberg sends it deep. Off the foot of Dunaway. Oregon trying to send it down towards Kenny. Here's Taylor Person trying to dump it off to Kenny. Turned away by Cuneo. And Purdue shoves it out. All the way back. Nezu in a foot race with Cinderella, and she will hand it off to Goldberg.
That was good awareness right there by Nezu to know that Cinderella was behind her, and instead of just trying to clear it out herself, get it back to Goldberg and reset the offense.
Lauren Kenny now. Can Oregon mount a charge in this final, coming up on 10 minutes to go? Trying to get back to 500 on the year are the Ducks. Came into the day 5-6. Purdue, meanwhile, trying to get back to a winning record. Came into the day 5-5 and the 1 tie on the year. Here's Gracie Dunaway, far side. Into the box. Turned away by Oregon. Morales dumps it out. But as long as Purdue is in this half of the field, Oregon cannot mount a charge as there's an injured Oregon player on the ground. I believe that's Trinity Morales. Play continues. On her back, grabbing her right foot. A shot, meanwhile, sent away and off the cross post from Cinderella. And deflected out of play. And now play will stop. Fans here in the stands were upset that play continued with the injured player down for Oregon. The time will stop here at the 80-39 mark. Here was a shot by Cinderella just off the left post. Nearly went in and got by Maddie Goldberg.
Yeah, Nezu was able to clear it out too. That would have been an easy rebound for Purdue had they been able to come up with it. But now the attention turns to Trini Morales.
Cinderella. Low kick in, turned away by Oregon. Purdue trying to keep it in. Boudreau trying to get it back to Cinderella. It goes out. And ball will go to Oregon. Grace Mensah is going to come back in for the Ducks as Taylor Person's going to come off. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. The duo of Livy Moore and Grace Mensah here. And the final 9 minutes is the Ducks' best chance on the attack.
This is the group that's had the most success for the Ducks. Whenever Mensah, McWhorter, and Moore are out there, the Duck offense gives themselves the best looks.
Chloe Chase, far side for Lucy Green. Green trying to get it in towards Kenny. Kenny being challenged by a couple Boilermakers. Now far side, near side, Livy Moore in the corner. Moore into the box. Kenny with some space. And a centering kick, no avail. Chloe Chase back out from just outside the box, sends a shot just over the crossbar and out over the head of Edwards. Another decent look for Chloe Chase in Oregon, but can't quite find the back of the net.
It's a good rebound attempt from Chase. Again, just another one that sailed past the upright crossbar. Ducks still need to remain aggressive here.
Edwards and her own side of Cuneo. Cuneo sends a kick deep. Here's Livy Moore. Trying to keep it in, trying to find Mensah. Turned away. Now Chloe Chase. Handed off to Moore. Moore challenged well by Lauren Meeks. Here's Sydney Hennessy. Back in for Moore. Moore retreats back to Hennessy. Hennessy's centering kick into the box. Sorry, attacking third, Again, off the field judge. It's the second time today that's happened. Oregon will maintain possession from right there. Here's Lurick coming up. Lucy Green sending it in. A couple players down there for Oregon, but over the heading attempt from Kenny and out.
Yeah, Kenny probably had the best shot right there to get ahead, and another one that sailed past. It's kind of been the theme for Oregon of this day. A lot of crosses that have just sailed over their teammates and not been able to get their foot on anything.
Whistle for stoppage. And we're going to redo the kick from Cuneo. Clock is reset to 83:34. Cuneo is sending the kick just in front of Edwards, their goalkeeper. Here's Lauren Olmholt. Chloe Chase comes away with possession. Back to Nezu. Over to the Lurick. Here's Sydney Hennessy. Nezu up. Lauren Kenny trying to keep it in the attacking third. Here comes Kenny with speed. Kenny challenged well by Purdue, and Gracie Dunaway comes away for the Boilermakers with possession. And Dunaway hits the ground, nearly dragged down, it looked like, by Kenny. And Purdue bench very unhappy with that. And I believe they might have handed out a yellow card to Lauren Kenny.
Yeah, Dunaway hit the deck hard.
Indeed they did.
It's kind of one of the hold your breath moments for Purdue. Obviously the bench not too happy that one of their teammates, but especially one of their star teammates. Really would hate to see Dunaway get hurt, especially at this point in the season where Purdue still has an opportunity to make the top 8 in the Big Ten with a tough conference schedule ahead.
Second yellow card handed out today, one for each team. Kiara Cingarella was handed one earlier in the game for Purdue. And now one against Lauren Kenny of Oregon. And not what Oregon needs, especially when they need to be on the attack. Now closing in on the final 5 minutes. One sent off the foot of Chloe Udenberg and out. It'll be possession for Oregon. Have to move quick here.
See if Maddie Goldberg comes out and acts as the 12th player for this offense. Sometimes we see that late in this game when teams are down. Goalkeeper will come out.
Abigail Roy sends it back out in for Purdue. Finding Lauren Omholt, far side corner. Challenged there by Lexi Lerwick. Ball ends up out, and possession arrow looks to be for Purdue. Meeks over there with Dunaway and Omholt. Kind of a congestion over in the far side corner. Ball ends up out again, and this time possession arrow goes to Oregon. They're trying to move fast. Chloe Chase gets it in. But over the head of the intended target and Haley McWhorter.
I won't see a lot more attacks from Purdue, just trying to keep it in that middle and attacking third. Run out the clock.
Inbound, pass by Purdue. And yet again, turned away by Oregon. But Purdue's okay with this. Just let Oregon continue sending it out, letting time pass here. Not giving the Ducks any chances to try and get down the field. Inbound and back out. And clearly you can tell that's the strategy right now for Purdue. Maddie Goldberg, goalkeeper for Oregon, will kick it up. Now the final 3 minutes for Oregon. It's desperation time for the Ducks.
This is a big possession for them if they can somehow get it on Purdue's side.
But not to be. Dunaway comes away, and now Dunaway with a shot on Goldberg and off the right post. Reflects off to Omholt. Omholt trying to keep it in the box for Purdue. Now Meeks to Roy. Back to Dunaway in the box again. Dunaway trying to put the game away for the Boilermakers. Now Cinderella to Boudreau. Cinderella shot and off the chest. It's Haley McQuarrie. No, Lexi Lurk, excuse me. Lurk trying to get it up, but just cannot get by the Boilermakers. Near side corner. It's Boudreau and Livy Moore. And the trap over there somehow comes away with it is Lori Meeks. Meeks still keeping possession. And another trap in the corner. And Meeks ends up on the ground. And possession arrow expectedly going towards Purdue.
Almost a triple
team. You see it just getting trapped in the corner. Ends up on the ground. Sorry, it's double team there, Livy Moore.
But a nice job of Meeks, though, to hold her ground and not let the defense get to her. Able to keep it in Purdue's possession.
Clock stopped at 88-16 on the scoreboard. Kicks that in near corner. Cinderella just going to sit there, trying to let the clock run here. Double team trap continues to happen. Cinderella now ends up on the ground. No whistle call. Play continues. Two more players on the ground. Kenny is one of them for Oregon. And now possession arrow goes toward the Ducks. Sending it in quick here. This one ends up out. Livy Moore to retreat. Hands it off to Hennessy. Hennessy trying to come fast here. Inbound pass towards Mensah, turned away by Oregon. Now Kenny trying to get it up. Now Cinderella comes away with it. Flipped over to Omholt. Final minute of the game. Out it goes. Possession arrow for Purdue. And they can just sit on it from here. And a 1-0 lead. And it's looking to be that's where this match is going to end up finishing. Whistle goes, out of bounds it goes, and again, Cinderella continues to argue. Oregon gets possession. Final 30 seconds of the match. Oregon needing a miracle of all miracles. Nezu trying to bring it up. Lurick trying to send a kick down, far corner. Headed away by Purdue. Abigail Roy bringing it back up for the Boilermakers in the final 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7.
Sent out of bounds. And the Purdue Boilermakers make the trip to the Pacific Northwest and take down the Oregon Ducks here in Eugene by the final of 1-0. We expected a low-scoring affair, Saul, and we got